Good morning, folks. It's StarCop 97. How we all be today? I don't know if I have the other cameras all hooked up or not. We will take a look real quick. See if they want to work today or not. Hey, Mel, good morning. How you doing? Man, I am so sorry you're having such troubles up there on the mountain, buddy. That's absolutely ridiculous. Really stupid. That's some bad connection. I thought mine was bad. It's bad, but it's not as frustrating as what you're going through, friend. Yeah, she doesn't want to work today. That's okay. Yeah, I know you. I know you are, Mel. You had better luck when you had the truck and you were on the road than you're having at home, and that's just too bad. Uh, Man, I wish I could come up with an idea to help you, but you've done everything I can think of doing. You really have. Something happened to my connection here. I was going to tell you, I've got fiber sitting a mile from the house, but it's just a fiber switch. They have yet to come out and lay any of the fiber lines. It's ridiculous. And that thing's supposed to be able to give us 40 MIPS, and I'm living with 1.5. I guess they figure the city folk, there's more of them, they can make more money there than they can out here in the country. Not enough of us out here. Got started a little bit late today. Well, early if it's considered that I usually come on at 6:30, but I've been trying to keep coming on at 6. But that's just the way it goes. Notice what's sitting back here, buddy. I occasionally wear it too, but I was going to try and run the trains today, and they're running, but the camera's not cooperating for some reason. It might be because it wasn't plugged in when I first turned it on. I don't know. Oh, there she is now. There she be. She must have just taken a little bit of time to recognize it. I thought I broke one of my engines, the Erie Lackawanna 810, but she just needed a little bit of encouragement, I guess. I took her to the shop yesterday. The guy put her on the test track, and boom, she ran. I went, now, wait a minute. How come she's running for you and she won't run for me? But, yeah, I heard you say that yesterday. It's ridiculous. CenturyLink is our phone company down here, and the technicians all told me I should be able to get the fiber optic, that I should be able to get the higher speeds. But every time I call the company and try to order it, the people that sell it to you say, "Oh no, that's not available yet." It's ridiculous. Rodney Price, good morning. Hang on just a second. I know I've subscribed to you, but I want to go double check. Henry, get away from that door. Yes, I have. So, with that being the case, let me come back to the chat and wrench you up. Hey, RC Crazy. Eric, did you get your box? You're welcome, Roger. Roger with a D, not like Roger with no D from Canadian Drone Hub. I remember the day you came in. Yeah, that was a good day. Yeah, Mel, I can't get it. They keep telling me, nope, can't have it. But yet it sits a mile from my house. So I guess they have to lay the lines. I don't know. Come on, get up here. Come on. Right now. I don't want you down there waking people up. My Henry wants to cause problems today. Hang on just a second, guys. Come here, you little fluff ball. There you go. There you go. Yeah, now you're being petted. That is an N scale. I thought I had lost one of the engines yesterday, but it turned out that I didn't lose the engine. It was just somehow in my awkwardness, I had changed one of the CV values that caused it to just not run. So I couldn't find my books. So I went to the hobby store, and the guy in the hobby store said, well, let me check something. And he reset it to factory standard, and now it runs just fine. See if I can get my Atlantic coast to move. Problem is, every time I try to put it on TV, it breaks down. It has a derailment or something will happen. So we'll see if it'll cooperate today or not. That's okay, Eric. I kind of figured I just want to make sure it got there. And when you do an opening, I'll definitely watch it. Yeah, see, they don't like going up that strut there. So drop the speed back, make her go backwards just a little bit, and give her a good run at it. Very few of my engines will pull up that grade with just one engine, but I know this one will if it just gets a good enough start at it. Yeah, they're a lot of fun. Nowadays, there's all kinds of people making them, but in my day, Lionel was the king, and they're probably still the king. But Lionel is O gauge, which is really big. I could never put an O gauge up in this room because they are so big. Oh, that's my alarm. I'm just now supposed to be getting up. Yeah, I'm going to have to clean that track. I can't fuss with it today. And I think he's sitting on the crossover, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just glad you got it, man. I'm doing okay, RC. Not bad. Is the missus okay? I haven't seen her do a live show in a while. Or is she working too? I'd imagine you guys are both outside workers. It's probably pretty hard in the weather you got. Yeah, since they're not going to cooperate very much, let me put it back on my ugly mug. And put that over there for right now. Come here, buddy. Oh, don't you growl at me. Don't you growl at me. Yeah, don't you growl at me. You be a good boy. Yeah, I got the track cleaner, Mel, and it works great. The only problem is I have to push it around the track, so I've got to do some research on it. It works fantastic. You fill it with isopropyl alcohol, and it's supposed to be able to be hauled around the track. I haven't got a single engine that can make it move, and it's not because of the weight. Underneath the little shelf that you put the pads on, there's a spring, and that spring pushes down to make contact, and I think that creates too much friction. The friction coupled with the weight is why I can't hardly move it at all with an engine, and I'm not going to burn my engines out using it. So I'm going to see if I can't find a way to just pop that spring off and just let gravity hold the pad down, and then maybe it'll run around. But yeah, it worked great. I pushed it around the whole track, but I couldn't get every single bit as clean as I want to get it. Asgard, I am honored. Got good people in here this morning. Come on, Henry, be a good boy. There you go. Well, my latest print, I had to make some more to it. They're getting real popular for some reason. Everybody wants one. So they're not very thick. They don't take a whole lot of filament. And I'm using up the filament that I can't do anything else with. Yeah, I know I won't do it as well, but if I can haul it with the engine, I can take it around a whole lot more times. Whereas right now, I'm just moving it around with my finger. It came, man, that pad turned pure black. So I know the track needed cleaning bad. It really did. Yeah, this was Rodney Bell's. I can't claim responsibility for that other than that I designed them and I printed them. But Rodney Bell got on me for several days. Did you do the Tuits yet? I said, the what? He says, the round Tuits. You said you're going to make some round Tuits. Oh, yeah, I'll do it. Well, I finally did it. Thanks to Mel, I used the Tinkercad. And Mel, the sides are nice and round because I found the little switch in there that'll make that happen. But, yeah, they're pretty cool. Oh, that's cool, RC. Good. Well, I am Asgard. I've got it up, but you know how it is. Every time I try to put these little puppies on the screen, one or more of them will decide it doesn't want to play today. Let me see if I can get this puppy backed up a little bit further. Henry, get away from that door. Yeah, that's good news, RC. That really is. Henry, get away from that door. I'll put you back in your cage. Or a cage. He doesn't really have a cage. Let me see if I get this one off the double crossover. And of course, it doesn't want to go off the double crossover. There's one way to get it off the double crossover. Yep. Figured. Don't move. You stay here with me. Don't be at that door. You stay here with me. Yep, like usual. As soon as I try to get one of them running. Last week when I did this, I put them back on the track and everything, and those things ran for 4 hours straight with no problems. And that's frustrating. Who just came in? The real Jada Queen. Yeah, we ain't quite in New York City. We're in Lower Alabama, so it's only 6:15 here. Let me check your channel out, man. Yeah. 168 subscribers, got some good content. We will definitely subscribe. Everybody check it out. If you like it, ring the bell. And everybody in here gets the moderator's wrench so you don't get kicked out unless I want you out. Very simple rules. We don't fight with each other. We cause no drama. We don't cuss. That kind of stuff. So, Drone Effects with Claude. Good morning. Yeah, I just woke up too. Let's check out Claude's channel, folks. And I am already subscribed there. That's a beautiful start page there. That's really pretty. I got to do some work on mine. I like my flags, but I don't like them as much as some of these pages I've seen. Here we go again with Henry. Henry, get away from the door. Mama gonna kick my butt if Henry wakes her up. Anyway, Drone Effects will give you a wrench. Very simple rules. We don't allow any foul language for the most part. Every once in a while, some French pops out of my mouth, so I understand. And we don't fight with each other, no drama. And we try to stay away from politics, although it comes up on here more than it does anywhere else. Johnson Ibas, I am honored, sir. Good morning. Nice to see you in here. Anthony, good morning. In case you don't know, folks, I do this every Saturday and Sunday. I try to be on no later than 6:30. I used to do it every day of the week, but I got burned out pretty quick. I'm just here to warm all y'all up for the Canadian Drone Hub, Roger, Kim, and Val, among others. And Paul Murray, I guess, because Paul's getting to be a pretty regular guest there. So am I. When I can. I can't do it during the week anymore. People at work got a little upset, I guess, even though I was using my own equipment, wasn't using theirs. Let me see if I can get my setup done here. That's not what I wanted. So it's Rodney. Howdy, buddy. Manic Magic. Hello, sir. Okay, let me get this set. Ready. Doing pretty good, Rodney. Did you get your mail? Oh, yeah, you said you did last night on the stream with Mitch. I forgot. That's right. It's not much, but it's some stuff that you got me to design, so I figured you deserve to have some. Yes, I see Irish Train Guy's videos. Has he ever gotten around to putting up his track, though? Because mostly his videos are about these, I mean, and they're gorgeous, detailed cars and trains that he gets. I'm waiting for him to put up some really good track layout. But yeah, I enjoy watching him. Not a problem, Rodney. They're nothing big, just a couple of things that I had printed, and I had the envelope laying around, and I said, hey, I know somebody'd like these. Yeah, mostly just the cars. But they're still, I mean, those cars are really nice. Really nice looking. Yeah, if that thing hadn't derailed, it's like every fresh start, it starts doing this stuff. What's up, buddy? Okay, now you can stay down there. Just be quiet. Yeah, you don't want to do that. I would love to do a historic site, but nah, this is just going to be my little, little plaything. Are you wanting to come on, Manic? If I can get the chat to stop moving, we'll see what we can do. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, hang on. Yeah, that's no problem. Hang on. It just takes me a few minutes to figure out the kinks, man. I apologize for not doing it sooner. And let me send you the invite the way we usually do it and see if it works. That's the other thing. If Mel, if you're still here, one thing I can't figure out about this Google Hangouts, and I don't think it's anything we're doing, it's like a 50-50 deal. 50% of the time, if I use the invite button at the top of the screen up here and send the email, people will get on. But whenever I try to invite some other people, Paul Murray being one of them, I have to copy the link at the top, go to my email and send it to them, and then it works. And I can't figure that out for the life of me. I figured this invite at the top of the screen, you know the one I'm talking about, the little human head that says invite. I figured that would work for everybody, but evidently it doesn't. We had to come up with a workaround for Paul. We get him in a lot. He's probably still sleeping. He ate too many brownies yesterday. You think that's the best way? It's the most consistent way to do it? Okay. Yeah. See, I figured when you put their email down here and you send the invite, that it just puts the link in the email and sends it, but evidently it doesn't. Yeah, I get on Paul about his brownies. He gets on me too. You got to tell Paul when you see him if he doesn't come in this morning that if I didn't like him, I wouldn't pick on him. Oh, cool. Thank you, Mel. That's good. Yeah, he needed a little. Well, you helped me. You told me how to make Hangouts work so well because I was trying to do it the way Val brought me in the time she interviewed me, and it was running so slow and it was buffering so bad that it wouldn't do hardly anything. And then you showed me how to jump right to it the easy way and then just close my YouTube in the background and works great. I said copy and paste works quicker. Okay. Well, we'll see if Manic gets it the way I sent it, and then if not, I'll have to copy and paste. That just takes me away from the stream for a little bit longer. Sounds good, Roger. I don't know how many I can squeeze in. I don't have very much speed. Yeah, it's always nice to meet new people, sit and chat. Matter of fact, since I mentioned the fact that using my other email, let me shrink down. There we go. Now I can actually go post an email and not lose the chat by using a different window. Yeah, there's a lot. Didn't used to be that many, and more people are figuring out that it's, number one, it's a lot of fun to do, and number two, it ain't all that hard. Mel knows my pain. I've tried several times to run either vMix or OBS. I load both of them, and as soon as they take a look at my baud rate, they go, "Nah, we can't run on this." So I'm kind of stuck with Google Hangouts. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, Google owns both of them, and that's why they meld together so well. No pun intended, Mel. Mrs. RC, how are you doing, Tiff? I hadn't seen you doing any lives right there. I was hoping you were still okay, not under the weather. Ah, I see. Another device to monitor the chat. Yeah. I didn't know that. That might work. Henry, get away from the door. Dang that dog. You want attention? Come here. No, you get over here. You little furball. You little pesky furball. Come here. Look what I got. You want that? Plastic. It won't be dead meat. He wakes my wife up. Ah, I understand. That's good to hear that you're okay, though. Oh, yeah. I remember you guys had to take the kids to the doctors. I hope they're okay. I remember somebody mentioned that last week. I'll look at that later, Asgard. I can't do it right now. Ah, cool. Yeah, I've been trying to use a GoPro, but I'm not that smart. I don't know how you do it. I've tried and I can't get it to even work on my computer. And I figure if I can't get the computer to show what it's picking up live, then maybe I probably don't need to try using it for this. Tell you what, let me make one last attempt to get this up and running again. Okay. Sorry about the back shot there, guys. But let me see if I can get her to. I can just get her to go across the re-railer. Yeah, we'll see how she does. All right. Yeah, I don't know how long she'll move. But like I said, as soon as I get off, if I try to play with them. Okay, Manic, hang on a second. Let me do it a different way. I'll still have my chat, but let me go into my mail and do it the way Mel is saying would work better. And I'm sure it will. It's the way we bring Paul in all the time. Yeah, I know I had you in here. Okay, compose. Paste. Let me scroll way back in the chat. After Rodney Bell. Oh, there it is. Copy. Paste. And Manic, it's on its way. Yeah, let me see if I can figure out why number 3 stopped. Because it should not have. Yeah. We'll see how the Atlantic Coast train does. It's going a little fast. Leonard, let me check your page out real quick. I'm already subscribed. Okay, let me come back from that. And give you a wrench, Leonard. Same rules as the hub. If you've been to the hub, and probably the same rules as Roger, if I know, or not Roger, Mel, if I know Mel. Okay. Oh, notice some cars missing there, guys? You know what happened? Like usual. She just does not like to stay hooked together. I'll fix those later. Let's go back to the mugshot. Man, did you get that email? Because I sent that the old-fashioned way. You want to get my round two-its off of the... Yeah, see, Mel? Much rounder, much smoother. So I think I found the switch you've been using in Cura. These ways they look a lot better than the originals did. Thank you, Roger. Sorry for the extra noise. By the way, the printer is running right next to the mic. Oh boy, you're asking the wrong person there, buddy. Because there's a bunch of them that will go with 1080, depending upon your monitor. $1440 by 1080. That sounds familiar. Can't guarantee it though. Yeah, I get 12 of those per sheet. They take a little while to print, but man, they became popular. I ought to start selling them to people around here, but I'm not going to sell them to my friends. I might put them out the next time we have a garage sale for a nickel a piece or something and see if I can make some money. Yeah, I'll tell you what camera you need to stay away from, guys. You've all seen those commercials on TV for the cop cam. I did a couple videos on here because it was the only camera I could actually put on the train and drive the train around. It was small enough. Things got horrible resolution, guys. Has no stabilization, so I don't know how anybody pins it to their clothes and walks around with it. You're not going to get anything with it. Guarantee you. But I actually have two of them. They had them on 50% sale right after Christmas down at Bed Bath & Beyond. So I picked up two. Manic, still no luck? Let me make sure the email went. Ladies and gentlemen.
It's working.
Down under. Yeah, it is Manic Magic. Good morning, sir.
I had to go out of it and then come back in.
Why? What's wrong? Oh, you had to go out and come back in.
Yeah, it was saying that I was already in the call. Now I'm going to turn the TV down.
That's probably my fault for sending it the wrong way the first time, I guess.
I don't know, it said I was already in the call, but there was no reaction anywhere, so I went back. And I've sorted it out. It will be becoming natural eventually to us. It'll be old hat.
So let me make my sound a little louder.
Yeah, I'm going to do my video tomorrow morning because I'm rounding up a posse.
Oh, cool.
So there'll be a group of us doing it.
What are you going to do with it?
So I'll be the star, and they're going to come behind me doing it as I'm doing it, and then coming out of shot. It will be quite comical. Doing the ballerina thing.
Oh, okay. You're going to do like, yeah, that challenge is over, but I see a lot of people still doing them.
Yeah, I'm still doing it. I'm getting Farmer to do it, and then he's getting this other guy, Pickerick, doing it.
So you're going to actually choreograph an actual entire show.
Well, Farmer and I, when he gets on his school break, it's a summer school break in 4 weeks' time.
Oh, you're talking about Farmer T.
Yeah, we're going to do some collaborations. And we're going to form a redneck channel.
Alrighty.
It's called the Redneck Channel. And what we do is we actually have a separate channel, but we upload the videos off of that and put them on our own channel afterwards so we can get watch time. It's just for the summer break. And then we're going to do some podcasts. So some like radio stuff. And what we're doing is a whole heap of parodies. Like we've all got our costumes. I'm going to be a redneck from Aussie. I've already got my singlet with the Australian flag on it. And I'll have my plaid shirt. He's getting his bib and brace overalls. So he's going to be a redneck with his overalls. He's got a pair of blue ones, and I'm having... And we're going to have our truckers' hats. And we're going to do some parodies on about people on YouTube. We've already written one. I've written one about Bobby because there's a long story there. Farmer came out of Bobby's stream yesterday quite upset.
Hello, Bozzy Ma. Let me see what your channel looks like. Go ahead, Magic.
That's okay. Yeah, he got a bit upset yesterday. I warned him about a week ago. Be careful going into Bobby McNutt's channel because there's some naughty people there, right, where they can get a bit loose, cussing up a storm and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
And I knew if I told him not to go there, he'll definitely go there. Anyway, he says, don't tell me what to do and whatnot because someone else agreed. And I said, no, don't get the wrong way. I can't tell you to do anything. I'm not your dad. Anyway, but I said, just be careful. I'm only here to care because I care. Well, anyway, today they were cussing up a storm that much. He's had enough and he's not going to go back. He's even unsubscribed to him. He's that upset. And I said, you don't have to do that. But we can say, and so I said, we can make a parody about it. And the parody's going to be, it's on a famous song, but I won't give it away. But it's basically Goodbye Bobby. And so it's basically telling him I'm not coming back to the streams. And it's with that, yeah, you'll have to see it when it happens. And it's going to be really good. And it's not going to be copyright music. We're going to sing it ourselves. He's going to try and get his best singing voice, and so will I, which doesn't have to be very good because it's a parody. And we're going to do a heap of them, and we're going to do it very clever. We're not going to blow stuff up, but we're going to have blowing stuff up in the background on our green screens. So we're going to do it visual, do it like a reality, virtual reality. So we're going to take 5-second clips from other blowing stuff up, and it'll look like it's part of it. We'll have a bonfire in the background, and it'll have his farm in the background. And so it'll look like I'm actually going into his farm. So I'll be on my green screen, so we're coming together. And we're the two rednecks, redneck from Australia and the visiting, and he's a redneck there from America. And so we're going to have our mason jars, drinking out of mason jars, and our doctor, what's it called that they drink over there, over your way? Dr. Yeah, and all this. So he's going to have a bit of fun with it. So am I.
That sounds like a good plan, man. Yeah, Bobby is definitely an acquired taste.
And especially not for 12.
I do like Bobby. He's just definitely an acquired taste.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, it could be Dr. Pepper is what RC is saying.
Yeah, he drinks a lot of Dr. Pepper.
Oh, so okay.
Dr. Pepper in his mason jar.
Yes, I've never been there when he's been drinking any.
Pardon?
Baduga is in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
How you going?
From Portugal.
Who we got in there? We got Roger Price. How you going, mate? We got Johnson Bass. Bass. How you going, mate? RC Crazy. How are you?
Hey, Eric, why don't you open that package on your shout-outs tonight, or before you start your shout-outs tonight, buddy? I'd like to see you open it. Of course, I can't guarantee I'll be there, but I'm going to try. Yeah, Manic, I just got done doing another fresh batch of Tuits.
Tuits? I see you.
Yeah. I ran out. The only thing I tell you, Eric, is you think you know what's inside, and what you think you know is in there, but there's something else in there too. If that makes any sense.
I'll just give you an example on the video quality that we're creating.
Hang on, Roger. Roger's got a question. Roger, when wives ask husbands around here to do something, the husband always goes, "I'll do it when I get around to it. Don't worry. When I get around to it, I'll do it." So I gave a lot of the ladies round to it's. So the next time their husband says, "I'll do it when I get around to it," they can hand him one of those, and he has to go do it. It's a long-standing joke, but I finally made some. Okay, go ahead, Manny.
That's okay. I'm just going to share a link with you. You probably may have seen it, but
what's the other one, Mel? I'd love to get started on another one.
We got Roger on there, have we, from Canadian Drone Hub, have we?
No, it's a different Roger.
Oh, Roger Price, no worries.
Yeah, it's Roger Price.
Yeah, he's a good supporter.
Yeah, our Roger from CDH will usually come in right before we go off, right before he comes on. Sometimes he's up early enough. He was up early yesterday because I got to work and he was on. I went, "Whoa, what's he doing on?"
Yeah, I was on.
Yeah, if he says he'll do it, he doesn't need to be reminded every 6 months. Yeah, that would be the other side of the coin. Yeah, that would be different. Yeah, I tell you, not to give him a bad name or anything, but you know, I was trying to save money and shop for filament, and Office Depot sells 10 packs. Well, I got news for the Office Depot. That PLA that comes in their 10 packs, it's not terrible, but if you try to build anything vertically with it, it does not print well. So I've been using all that stuff to print these up because they're nice and flat. There's not a lot of vertical development to them. But, and I've tried all different kinds of combinations. I've tried with and without supports. And I come in a lot of times and it'll have like half of the print done and the rest of it's nothing but spaghetti. So I won't be buying any more of that. I'm going to stick with the Hatchbox and people like that, the name brands that cost just a little bit more.
So that link on there is the quality of videos that Farmer and I are creating. We've been doing it. We've been doing it on live stream, not live stream, on Hangouts. So I've been sending him video stuff and things like that, and we've been sharing it and making content. And it's non-copyright music too, so it's all good. He's learned his lesson.
Yeah, that's good video. That's really good quality.
That's an intro to go to the start of his, because he's doing a Thursday night drone night.
Oh, neat.
Thursday.
He seems like a very nice young man. He's articulate. I hope he stays that way.
I hope he does too, and hopefully with a bit of see, he's very queer. He's weird. He said no one in his school dresses like he does, and no one else works like he does. All he's interested in is his farming and his YouTube and his droning.
Where's he from in the States?
Oh, I can't remember now. Colorado, I think it is.
Okay, because I was thinking it looked a little bit like Colorado, but there's lots of other places that look like that.
It's with the mountain of the backdrop. Well, the main road goes all the way past the mountains and then comes back up around to the mountains. So it's about 3 hours away to get to the mountains. But he can walk to the mountains within 20 minutes. So I said, hike, go to the mountains. If you can get, you'll be able to get Wi-Fi because you can fly there. And I said, then you can check out where the best parts is to film. And I said, do some really do some cinematography like Jagger Scott does. And I said, you've got the capabilities. You can do the videos. You know how to stitch it all together.
Be careful, folks. There's a criminal in the house. Guard your wallets.
What's that?
Dangerous criminals in the house. You got to guard your wallets.
Okay, dangerous criminals.
How's it going, good guy? Yeah, Mel, I've already been there. I forgot to subscribe last night, but I'll get back to him again. I can't remember what it was. I went there. I was at work, so I had to get off. I couldn't listen to the whole thing, but it was all about temperature settings and bed temperatures and things like that. Oh, it was for doing micro prints, which some of my buildings are pretty close to being considered a micro print for the N-Gage. So yeah, I definitely know about him. I just hadn't subscribed to him yet. But yeah, he knows his stuff. He really does. So yeah, I'll be going back to 3D Printing Nerd for sure. Matter of fact, hang on just 1 second. I stuck it on the layout. I haven't got to paint it yet.
Well, you're a bit unwell, are you, dangerous criminals? I just see in chat there, Rick, that he said he could be better. So you're not feeling
good?
Not feeling good?
This guy's is a yard switch house that I printed with the printer. And unfortunately, this is that filament that doesn't do real good, but it came out okay. You can actually, well, you probably can't see it on my camera, but you can actually see the bricks and everything else that it's made out of. So that's going to go in the marshalling yard, but I want to get it painted. It's hard to find filament that's the color I want it to be. So now I've got to find some paint that I can paint it with that won't deteriorate it or eat it up or whatever. Yeah, don't give up on it, Dangerous. I was up 4 yesterday and down 2 today. It'll come. It'll come. Let me make absolutely sure I've still got you, because I tell you what, I looked the other day and there was a whole bunch of people that I know I had, and I didn't have them anymore. So what Andrew and everybody else says is 100% true. Nope, I'm still subscribed.
Yeah, I was 33 yesterday and it went down to 25, but then I got them back again.
Yeah, it's just the YouTube's little way of playing with you, I guess.
When I said 33, what I mean is 1,333.
Yep, you're doing good. You're doing way better than me, buddy. You jumped up there quick.
I'm getting 100 a day, up 120, 140 a day. I got 85, I got 95 in one day. So I usually get about 95 sometimes over just a couple of days over the weekend.
I didn't know it was your birthday yesterday, man. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Man, if you only have 21 to go to 1.2K, I wish I had over 1,000, but, you know.
Well done, Dangerous Criminals. That's great.
That's not bad at all.
That's good. It's going good. Yeah, I made a video, Rick, about content versus, I made it look like it was an argument, content versus building channels. I call them building channels, the ones that you go to.
Yeah.
Like you go to Passion Fishing and that, where they shout you out and make sure you follow each other and whatnot. And because this lady made one of my subscribers made a very good point. That content's very important because you can become a family, and you will witness anniversaries, babies being born, and you can. And she did a really good video because she says you can grill it, you can crock pot it, you can fry it, you can do this, and all the things that she listed off what you could do, right? And just what it was is summing up the importance.
You just rolled over on me.
Yeah, rolled over on you, I think, because my way looks good.
Yep.
Yeah, it does that to me from time to time. Anyway, it was really, really good. And now I said, we do need both, because I said, if we don't click that button and subscribe, and then check out their video at least 2.5 minutes to 3 minutes, how are we going to know if we're going to enjoy? Because I said, like I was saying in my video, one of our FPV guys were on there and he was enjoying the woodwork comments, because there's this lady that does woodworking, and he says, because he does woodworking too, and he's a drone pilot. And I said, this is unheard of. I said, you're a drone pilot. You're not allowed to like woodworking. I said, isn't that a good point? We all like different diverse things, don't we? So we had a bit of fun with that. Even the haters.
Here you go.
I'm the same, buddy.
That's why everybody was talking about going and watching the parody of Ken Heron and whatnot. I refuse to go, because if I go and watch it, he gets a view. So why give him a view if you already know that everybody hates it and it wasn't well done and it should be taken down?
I haven't looked at it either.
I simply will not go and look at that.
No, I'm not either. I'll go and look at Ken Heron's live stream. I haven't done it yet. Jade Farmer was going to do it because I was on the phone for about 2 hours with JD. We're trying to sort out songs and stuff. And I said, check out Ken Heron, because we go all over the place.
Yep.
My head goes all over the place. I get off the track all the time.
Trying to get my couples to recouple, but they're not going to do it. So
okay.
They're being temperamental.
Now I'm to the side, and then it's come back.
Yep, she just will not recouple.
Recouple.
What happens when you buy cheap cars? And I stopped buying them, but I still got like 20 of them, so I'm not going to just throw them away.
Really dangerous criminals?
Not doing it.
See, the reason why I get a few people on my streams, I get a lot of people after my streams, is because I've built a brand, a platform, in the fact that I've been lucky enough that it can at least get to people. But you've got over 1,000 subscribers. It's a shame, because I want everyone to do well. He's saying if it doesn't pick up, he's going to stop streaming. I'd stream as much as you can, but not within 24 hours, because it bugs you. It really kills your videos. So I've got about 5 or 6 videos up my sleeve, but I've got to spread them out.
Yeah, Mel, you can replace them, but you can imagine how hard it is with, my hands to try to get down in there. You got to have a really, really tiny screwdriver. And what I probably need to get is a pair of those magnifying glasses like modelers use. Matter of fact, the T1 the other day, I went to hook it up. It had just gone around the track, and all of a sudden it became decoupled. I went to couple it up, and I noticed the coupler was missing. So I followed around the track, and I found where it had come off. It took me 20 minutes to get that little tiny screw back in that hole to put that coupler back on. Yeah, it'd be worth it if they'd stay coupled. That is true. That is true.
Interactive DNA, he's got some videos out where he's got this camcorder, and it's got a super magnified film. So he can actually do his soldering, and it picks up a solder spot and blows it up to the size of the screen on his computer.
Wow.
So you can see all the circuitry, and it's at 1080p quality. So it looks like the quality that, like a movie, and it just blows up like that size on the screen, a solder joint, where he can just touch it, and it looks so clear. The reason isn't because he's got bad eyesight. It's so when he does his videos in the future, because he's going to start up doing it when he builds his quads, he can train people how to do it and actually show them in good quality. But hence he's had to do the computer and whatnot and build everything up in good quality computer to be able to achieve that, to get the bandwidth.
Henry just tried to get at the big dog girl, and I think she just liked it just a little bit. Hope he didn't get bit.
Okay.
Yeah, one of those magnifiers might work. I used to have some of that stuff, and when we moved out here to the country, a lot of stuff just kind of got left behind.
I just had to check out where my dog was because everything's upside down. I didn't want to roll over on her.
Yep, there you go.
That's what I got to use.
Yeah. I'd have to get something to put that in, though, because I'd have to have two hands free.
So when I do my nitty-gritty work, I've got to use one of these. But my new glasses that I've got to go and buy, because I've got to spend, well, they're cheap enough, $100 worth only, instead of $370. I've got to get a new pair of glasses. And he showed me what I could suspect to be able to see. He says, check this out. I could read the bottom of the line of his chart. He says, without glasses, I can read the third bottom down. He says, so you don't really need glasses. But he says, if you want to see really, really well for your artwork, because I was telling him about my artwork, he says, check out this. He says he did a couple of tests, put a few lenses on. He says, now check out the chart. He says, this is what you could be seeing. And I could see the bottom that clear like 1080p.
Cool.
He says, would you like to see that way for $100? I mean, it sold itself. He says, you could buy the dearer ones, but he says, I don't think you need the dearer ones. He says, just the $100 ones. He says, and that's the quality you'll see, he said. So I was a lot happier because I have trouble seeing because of my diabetes. It plays up. Early in the morning, I can't see well because of the sugar count.
That's a lot of views. I think I only have one video that ever got close to that number.
1.7K. Well done.
Ooh, I see where it's at. I'd be right back over there, Manic.
That's okay. I'll keep talking to the chat.
Yeah, there's what happened.
Yeah, dangerous criminals. I haven't got anything over. I think the highest I've got is about 500 views. But I haven't had my content's not that great. I mean, it's getting a lot of response with supporting me, but as far as really, really good footage and really classy stuff, I'll be able to hit a few 1Ks and even I envisage some of the stuff that I know that's going to be that good a quality. I think some of it's going to go hit the roof. I know it because I've got the ability to do it. I just haven't been able to do the videos properly. See, I used to, StarCop, Rick, I used to actually have, where I belonged to a social club. I was a president and club manager for about 10 years for a social club where I lived. And we used to have film crews coming from Adelaide. And we have a big film corporation, it's like a mini Hollywood that comes out of Adelaide. And so I used to have this black book of all these other film corporations where we could contact each other. And we used to get the big stars like Russell Crowe and all them, where I've actually had a few drinks, a beer with him, and when I used to drink. And they used to do a lot of movies at our club because they used to use it to use our kitchen and use our toilet facilities. And because we had a big car park, they could set up all their caravans and trucks and trailers and everything, like in a corral, like the old-fashioned cowboy movies. It was like that. And then they used to do a lot of live stuff, like action, do like a half hour that will turn into 8 seconds. All the rest is cut on the floor, on the cutting floor. And so I used to learn a lot of how to edit movies through the director. So it just comes natural with a bit of guidance. And because I've been a really good film critic for years.
Okay, Roger.
People have been blown away by it.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, Paul Murray, how you going? So, look at YouTube.
He must have smelled the brownies.
The brownies. Wait till I cook some redneck brownies. Or maybe I better not. What does rednecks have in their brownies?
Let me check something out here. Man, I thought I had him too, but...
Is he going to come on board?
I'm going to ask him if he wants to. I just don't know.
He's a top bloke. He's a top bloke. Hadley famous.
Paul, if you'd like to come on, type in your email for me, buddy.
Yeah, but you might not like redneck brownies there, Paul. They might not be your choice.
Yeah, Paul, just type in your email if you want to come on. I've got it somewhere, but I can't find it. Well, that's good. Glad your views are jumping.
Oh, well done, buddy. I really, as you know, I'm a compassionate guy, and I really, really, like Roger and all these guys are. We just wish the best for everyone because there's room for all of us.
Okay, let me see. Somewhere in here, I know.
I was on the old guy and a drone live stream today for me, and Philly was on there. Man, he's like I am. He can talk and talk and talk. He's right up my alley. And what's the name? Mitch said he couldn't get a word in edgewise, and then Philly went off. He says, "Did you just say what you said? Did you just slap me in the face?" It was quite humorous, the reaction from Philly, because he did. He basically made a direct comment that I couldn't get a word in edgewise. But that's what Philly and I are like. We can't help it. Our brain goes crazy.
Paul, about the time you typed it in, I finally saw it. So if you want to take it out, go ahead. Hadley, I cannot believe you do not have a wrench. Welcome.
Yeah, Hadley's
up there, my friend.
I like that Hadley. I like Hadley.
I don't think I've met anybody on the Canadian Drone Hub, especially that I don't like.
There's no one that I don't like on the Canadian Drone Hub. And the other day I went to a fishing channel and there was this. They were so disrespectful because I was telling them about the new policies because I've been with the CFS, with the firefighting mob. My job was the policies. I was the policy makers. And
Good
so
morning, Drone Life.
policies. And so I was trying to warn them about the policies. And they were so disrespectful, some of them. They were laughing and carrying on, weren't listening to anything I had to say. Some of them got upset. Some of the moderators even left. And then they were still talking about me behind my back because I'm going down to walk my dog. And I could still hear them in my headphones, bagging the shit out of me. And then they were begging me, come on, Manic, come back on. We love you, Manic.
Go back.
I said, I'm not going back.
No.
I ain't going back. I don't need to go back out of me. And then they were begging, come on, Manic, come back on.
Go back.
I said, I'm not going back.
No.
I ain't going back. I don't need to go back out of me. And then they were come on,
what kind of drone do you have, Dangerous? Go back. No. Can you hear us, Paul?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, got you good.
Good.
How we doing, my friend?
Well, we're getting ready for the big windstorm here. In fact, I was just going to head out and feed my squirrels. I feed them peanuts. They just love the peanuts. And I know that down where you are, that you shoot them babies, but
no, we don't.
I enjoy sitting here at the window and just watching them. In fact, we have developed a kind of a relationship. When they want peanuts, they come up and tap on the window and look at me.
Where's our peanuts?
That's it. That's it.
Hey, Paul.
We don't shoot them here, but we do get kind of pissed off when they eat on my pecans.
Hello, Trevor.
How you going, buddy? I'm sure you'd get on well with Ken Heron, but with the squirrel business, I don't think you would, because he hates squirrels.
I know. I have a neighbor across the street hates squirrels too, and my squirrels are huge because they're so well fed. And
oh my God,
they go across the street. In fact, they're so big that cars stop because they don't want to damage their vehicles. They go across the street and bury the peanuts in my neighbor's yard, and he and I are the best of friends. But he says, "You're damn squirrels," he says.
Oh my God! Because they store their nuts for the winter, don't they?
Yes, yeah. There's about 6 of them out there now, and then I have a bird feeder, and I have about 10 mourning doves out there feeding right now. And
so, Paul, you keep them squirrels out of the bird feeder by feeding the squirrels.
Yes, yeah,
that works.
Well, and it's kind of a symbiotic thing because the squirrels love the peanuts, and then I get the dive bombers, the blue jays. They like the peanuts, and so it's kind of a.
Paul, on your channel, do you want to? You could do some live streaming with the squirrel. There's a guy in Australia that does all his parrots.
Yeah.
Good morning, Mitch.
He's a friend of mine that's in Adelaide. I know him personally, and he's Sky Pilot. And he does a bird feeder with all the parrots coming, and he does a live stream with a cam on it. If you set up a cam, you can do a squirrel cam.
Yeah.
Roger says,
I just looked out now and I see a cardinal. You don't see those very often in the dead of winter.
No, we got a ton of them down here. It was my dad's favorite bird when he lived in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
He had, Roger says there's a guy down here that feeds the blue jays and it brings the rats.
We got old guy with a drone in the house.
Hey, Paul.
Yes.
I came home the other day and I thought my pit bull had gotten one of the barn cats. He got a possum that was that big. And no, I did not make stew. I now have a pet vulture.
There you go.
I threw it over the fence line, and there's a huge vulture that's been sitting up in the tree, snacking on that thing for 3 days now. All to himself. He hadn't showed any of his buddies where it's at.
Well, Rick, that's because you set up the buffet for your friend the vulture.
Yeah, hey, they got a job in life.
Yep. Yep. So, Trevor, have you anything new going on in your life?
Lots. YouTube
Well,
hasn't seen anything. YouTube hasn't seen anything yet.
I would imagine so, because I see you making the rounds on all the different channels, and everybody asks you some really good questions.
I'm doing my homework, and it just takes time. I'm doing another channel called the Redneck Channel.
Uh-huh.
And it'll be all redneck parodies.
Mel, that's okay if you do that, buddy. Just don't hunt over that bait while you're feeding them. I don't know about Tennessee, but you get in huge trouble down here.
There'll be a lot of singing and joking, and I'm doing it all green screen, so it'll be virtual reality. So I'll have a drum fire in the background, and I'll have a light so it shines up red on my face, and there'll be stuff blowing up in the background.
That's great. I can almost picture it as almost like a ceremonial fire with all the rednecks around you.
And I will have virtual reality rednecks coming around the bonfire.
Sure.
And I actually own 100-year-old banjo.
Wow.
And
Bobby sees that, he's going to send you a bomb.
Well, you're going to have to put in there a couple of didgeridoo players too, you know.
Well, we're working on that. Working on that. I have some friends that, in fact, I can play a didgeridoo myself.
Yeah, I was going to say, you should have a day, Trevor, when you show people how to play the didgeridoo, I think they call it, and because I think around the world that's a fascinating instrument.
Oh, it is. It's thousands and thousands of years old, that instrument. It might be one of the oldest instruments around.
You guys have the controls for a second.
Okay.
Okay, we can chat. Yeah, so I'm teaming up with, I don't know if you know him, Farmer JT. And he's going to do Redneck America with his bib and brace overalls. And we're going to sing some parodies.
Yeah.
And we're doing some videos together.
Wouldn't it be neat to put together a group of guys that are good with the didgeridoo and have them do country western songs?
They actually do a lot of country western songs here.
Yeah.
So
see,
our Indigenous people.
Yes.
They're a lot of them are into rap and stuff now and reggae, but traditional ones love their country and western.
Yeah. Well, it's just such a unique instrument that I think that probably 99% of the world population are entranced by it, but they don't really have a clue about its history, about how you operate it, how you actually make the sounds, and how far you can hear it.
See, people that are trained to play the didgeridoo is you inhale and exhale at the same time. And it's like around, they do it in Turkey, ancient people in Turkey and different places in the Middle East. They can do it with these big trumpets.
Right.
And they used to be on a mountain with these huge big trumpets. And they used to do that. So they constantly can do the sound without stopping, because you're just inhaling, exhaling at the same time. So you're getting the oxygen. And what it does is it builds up your lungs.
Well, Trevor, don't they have a similar type instrument also in ancient times from Tibet?
Yes, they do.
Because it really was developed to long distance communications, wasn't it? Originally?
It was.
That's cool, Hadley. I spent 18 months in Arizona wanting to see a roadrunner. On the last day going around the cloverleaf to go to the Tucson airport, I finally saw one. But yeah, they're neat. That's cool.
Yeah.
He said that he saved its life, and now it hangs around and eats all the bad things around his house.
Oh, that's great. Well, that's how people. I think we don't really develop that other sense in our mind to connect with animals. I mean, everybody has pets, and everybody loves dogs, cats, and those types of things. But I really think that you can have a connection with them on a much higher level, and we just don't use that part of our brain.
Yeah.
Hey, Paul, you said you like guns, right?
Animals on our farm.
I have a gun, but it's only for protection from bad guys.
I used to have guns, but I had to hand them in.
Manic should know what this is.
Yeah, it's a Henry.
No, it's not a Henry. That's not my Henry.
No, it's not a Henry.
This is a Quigley.
It's a Quigley. That's correct.
Okay, 34-inch, 45 110.
Yep.
But
it looked like
I don't know if you liked Tom Selleck's movie Down Under, but I liked it, so I had to get me one.
This is my bad guy chaser right here.
I know. I saw it. I got a big sign on our gate, which we don't hardly close the gate anymore. It's too much trouble to lock and unlock every time you come through. You know, it's probably like 3 foot long by 2.5 feet high. It says, "We don't call 911."
Hey, Trevor, in honor of being here on StarCop's channel, I think it's time for a...
Oh, Lord.
And you know the problem is there too, Paul. I love those brownies, but I'm not allowed to eat them because of the sugar.
Paul, I'm amazed you lasted an entire 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
I hope you're not.
Go ahead, precious pup.
Yep.
Yeah, here in the U.S. we call the neighbor. There you go.
Paul, and do you realise that Mitch is out there? I don't know if you've recognised that he's out in chat.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Mitch.
Oh,
yeah, I got him earlier. I don't know if he heard me or not because there's
I didn't hear you either. So yeah, as long as we're not ignoring him.
I hope I didn't.
Yeah, that's okay.
Hey, Rick, you should invite him in.
I don't know if I can handle 4 people, but I'll ask. Mitch, would you like to come in?
I'll just have to shut up every now and then.
Or Mel, would you like to come in? I hate to be a rude host.
Yeah.
You know, because they all add a little flavor to the stew, you know?
They blow up my internet. What the hell? They blow up my internet.
Well, it's not going to hurt it.
You're using Hangouts, so it shouldn't, because all of that extra is being handled by Google, not by your equipment.
Well, that's true. It's an outside source.
You just have to moderate everybody talking at the same time.
And if you have trouble, you just lower your bandwidth down.
Yep.
Which I don't know how to do properly. Val tried to show me, but I just got that stressed out I couldn't cope.
If I lower my bandwidth anymore, I won't have any.
I wish I could tighten my bandwidth around my middle.
Hey, hang on a second, guys. Keep them entertained while I grab this email.
Okay.
Okay, mate.
And
yeah, thanks, Roger. Hit the like on the way in or the way out or in between.
Yeah, show Manic and Trevor, who have been trooping along here, show them some love and hit that like button.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful thing for people to, you know, I was thinking about it last night as I was drifting in and out of sleep about how, you know, our lives are so enriched by all those people along the path of life that we get to know and be with, you know?
Yep, you got that right.
Like I was telling you, when I get sad, and sometimes I do, and it's part of my medication, sometimes I go onto different drone cinematography videos, and I just watch it in awe. I can't believe what they put on there.
Sure.
Hang on, guys. Hang on. Roger is in the house. The Roger.
Right.
Roger without the D.
How
He's
you
in the
going,
house.
Roger?
Yeah, I kind of like mine.
Hadley's back. How you going, Hadley? He's saying hello to everyone.
So I guess the Mount has come and visited Mohammed when they go to Canadian Drone Hub, right? I mean, we've just been transported to greatness of Roger and the Canadian Drone Hub.
It's like the
Well,
spirit entering the room.
He's got to follow the warm up channel.
Yep. Yes. Yes. Well, you know, it's pretty much known because I get around just like you do, Trevor, and also you, Rick, around the internet, and everybody sings Roger's praises justly. What they do, everybody knows Roger and the Canadian Drone Hub.
Yes, they do.
They do. Even in some of the channels that I've visited, and I won't go to any detail, even when there's been a bit of friction involved with other stuff, they've always said really nice stuff about Roger.
Yes.
And even with the overtones of friction, because you know other people may say you can tell what they're because I read people, you see, but they've always said some good stuff.
Yep. Well, Roger has that tranquil personality that he allows to make sure everybody's part of it. Everybody can have their say as long as they do it respectfully. And everybody respects him so much that when he gives you that look, you just behave yourself, you know?
And I think you really enjoyed it on Mitch's channel today because I was there the whole time, but they couldn't see my chat for some reason, and because they wanted me to come on, and I said, "I'll come on." I even put my email in several times, but it's no big deal because I was making a tutu, so I had lots of stuff to do, and I was editing videos, and I was doing all sorts. Plus, I was getting subscribers.
I'm still amazed at, you know, like Pusa Studios. When you go to he's got an entertaining channel too, and Andrew, but his chat just goes by like so fast. I can hardly focus on the name, and it's gone. It just boom, you know.
I'm doing a parody. I'm writing a parody on that.
Yep.
It's a redneck version of Pusa Studio and how it all runs fast and everything. And I want to blow stuff up because I can't read the chat.
Well, I think one of the reasons a lot of drone pilots go over there is because when you see that screen going by so fast on the chat, it's like flying. You know, it's just like
that's part of the parody I've been writing.
Yes.
I just want to blow stuff up.
Well, I sent Mitch the link. It might not have got to him.
This is a reminder. Feed Mia.
Oh, I hear something.
That was
Google.
That was my reminder to feed Mia.
Have you got Google or have you got?
Don't forget that, or she'll think you're a great big brownie.
Well, I already fed her, but once I haven't said it. You probably heard it. Did it twice, because she'll be pestering me here in the next few minutes. Because you know, so one thing's about our beloved family, 4-footed family members, is now she knows she's got to get her morning pills. So she'll wait a little bit, and then pretty soon she'll come over and give me the big stare, and she wants her pill.
Okay, Google, what's the name of my dog? Okay, Google, volume at 70%.
Henry, get away from that door.
Okay, Google, what's the name of my dog?
You told me that your dog's name is Zigzag.
Hey, I love the fact that Google has an Australian accent.
Yeah, and it's got a memory. It's got a memory.
What happened? I got an email.
See, I tell Google stuff. I told the Google the name of my dog and everything. And so when I Google, okay, Google, 100% volume. Right, 100%. Okay, Google, what's the name of my dog?
You told me that your dog's name is Zigzag.
So it actually forms intelligence.
Yeah, well, you can almost yeah. I've got the Amazon version, and you
Yeah.
can almost have a conversation. They keep getting smarter and adding more things to it all the time.
That's right. It's very
Rick,
good for distance
yeah,
when you
Rick,
want to travel somewhere, because
yeah, sure,
it tells you the distance as well as how long it's going to take.
yes. And if you just curious of what the weather is in any particular location, it's right there. Rick, do you have one of those?
No, I won't let one in my house.
Oh, you ought to have one.
No. You know what they can do with that?
I know what they can do, but here's my theory on that whole thing, Rick, is if the government or whoever is that interested in what Paul Murray's doing, call me and I'll tell you. Because there's so many bigger, bad dudes out there in the world.
I'm not worried about Paul Murray. I'm worried about all those guys that know how to hack that are bad guys.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't have the big bank account like you do, Rick. So it's
Oh, poor Rick.
Well,
they
if I've got one, somebody needs to tell me what the address is for it because I don't know where it's at.
That's right. And if Rick was rich, he would send me $100 every now and then in Super Chat, wouldn't you, Rick? And
Yeah, if
you're
I
not
had
rich.
money, I'd be clicking on some buttons, buddy.
Hey, Rick,
I know that.
Rick and Trevor, I'll be right back. I got to. I'm going to feed the squirrelies for a second. I'll be right back.
All right, then.
Okay.
Go for it.
We don't want the squirrels, man.
Mitch should be coming in a minute.
I thought, but I don't know if he got the email or not. I see where I sent it, and it went out. But it never does tell you whether the person actually got it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
A nice feature.
I'm just going to go and make sure I check the stove in case I, with all my many ways.
I got it.
There he is.
I got it. Let me shut my cell phone off here. Hold on a second, guys. Okay. There we go. All right. I just got back from my walk and I had a little bit of my cigar left to finish. So I sat down outside on my back patio and looked on my cell phone, and there you were. So I joined in, and all that typing I've been doing has been on that stupid tiny little cell phone keyboard. But now I'm at my computer, so look out.
Yeah, I understand, Mel. They're not gonna. I'm not worried about them. I'm worried about some of these people around here that know what I used to do for a living and don't like me very much. So
how are you guys this morning?
I'm doing fine. It looked like everybody else is doing pretty good.
How you done, Mitch?
How was your
Trev,
walk?
How are you? How are you, Trev? What time is it over there? Is it middle of the night?
Hey, dude, what time is it?
Hang on. Let me mute.
It's 12:04.
Wow. It's hard to get used to the difference.
There we go. Hopefully you won't pick up all the dogs barking.
See, I have two sleeps. I have one after Canadian Drone Hub for a good bit, and then I have one later in the afternoon.
Well, we weren't yesterday yesterday afternoon here or evening when I did mine. It wasn't too bad for you guys over there, was it?
No, yeah, I was on your chat for the whole time, but you didn't see me.
Oh, I saw you. In fact, I said hi, Trev.
All right, yeah, but when Philly was asking me to come on, I sent the email, and you didn't notice it in the chat.
No, I'm sorry.
I had about 3 different things I was doing anyway. I was making it too as well.
Well, the next time I definitely want you to come on with us. The problem I had yesterday, and I guess it was a good problem because it made it easy on me. I didn't have to entertain everybody. Was I had the 2 mics on there. Neither one of them would stop talking.
Yeah, and then I think you had a 3rd mic, didn't
you? No, it was 2 mics. 2 mics. I had. Yeah, it was Mike drone pool. No, not drone pool. Drone tread on me. And
yeah,
Mike
you had Mike Philly.
All right, I thought there was another mic coming on as well.
Yeah, that's all I would have needed. And then I had Paul and eating chocolates all night in front of us, and And
I know, I've seen it.
yeah, now he's doing it again today.
Yeah. See, I'm not allowed to have sugar, you see. I got sugar-free Coke. And I've got, and every Wednesdays when I play poker, I play poker at a Greek hall, and they love their gambling. And halfway they have a lot of cupcakes, and all the cupcakes that they have left over, they put them in on a plate and give them to me. And I says, I'm going to have a diabetic coma if I eat all them.
Is Roger still in the house?
I think he went to get ready. I don't know. He came in for a little bit. I'm not
Is
sure if he's still here or not.
Away.
Last night I was having a terrible problem with Hangouts, and where it stopped switching itself, and I had to manually switch it. Remember that, Paul? And
Yeah.
I figured out. After what got done, I researched it, found out what I was doing wrong, and Roger had the same problem. So I wanted to tell him what it was.
Well, Mitch, I thought the only problem, or major problem you had last night was us.
No, hell, you guys, you guys were the highlight of the deal. But you know, the way that the Hangouts works, if any of you guys are interested, if you use it, you can click on one of the little icons, pictures at the bottom, and a white box will go around it, and that will lock the that person to the broadcast. So you can manually switch, and they put that feature in there so that people who are doing seminars and things could keep everybody who sneezed and coughed from actually interrupting and changing it over. And I had that going, and I didn't know how to stop it. See, that was the problem. And then I found out that if the box is white and you click on it again, it turns it off and goes back to normal. It's that simple.
Wow.
It's just that simple. Now, if you're one of the people in the chat, for example, and not in control of the chat, if you click on an icon, then that will make what you see just that person. But that doesn't affect what's actually going out on the stream. Only the guy who started the stream can control that aspect. So, for example, Paul, if you think I have such a pretty face that you want to just look at me and you don't want to look at these other guys, you can click my little icon down at the bottom, and a white box will go around it, and you won't see anything except me. And then when you click it again, that'll turn it off. But what I was doing is I was clicking from one to the other, and I never clicked again on one that was lit up, so I never turned it off.
Wow.
Everybody is seeing Paul, and only Paul right now. Eat a brownie, Paul.
Hey, Rick, in Mitch's honor, I went out and I got a nice big donut here, nutty donut.
You know, I can get my sugar fix just coming on with you. It's fabulous. Oh, God, you're killing me.
Oh, Lord, I wish I had one. Back when I was working the docks, loading docks, Krispy Kreme across the street used to have peanut logs. They were like round hot dogs. They were the best tasting things ever.
Well, this has got nuts on the outside. It's like a Long John in the center with cream filling down the center.
You're killing me.
Mitch, you brought it up, buddy.
Yeah.
You okay?
Sorry.
I got the grass here in about 20 minutes. Is it nice out? Is it raining?
It last night, or it's
Oh, man. I guess I won't cut the grass until this afternoon.
I've visited some live streams, and all they have is their icon. They don't even show their face for the whole live stream. About 5 of them or more. It's almost like they cut their hide.
Maybe they have
Washington County, welcome to the stream.
Yeah, I think that.
Let me get you a wrench, my friend. I've already subscribed to your channel. Everybody check everybody out.
Washington County News Station. Is that a real news station? Let's see.
No, I subscribe to him. I think he just says that.
Too. Yeah, I have too. I've subscribed to him.
Wow, he's
What you
creeping up
eating,
on
man?
1,000 here. He's got 954 subscribers. Washington County News Station, Utah.
Yep,
Well, I'll be number 955, and I'll type who I am in the chat so you know who got you.
Mel says it's storming and raining where he is, and that's the same storm that we're waiting for here. We're supposed to get 40 to 50 mile an hour winds for 24 hours starting tomorrow.
Well, I heard about that.
That's not bad, Paul. My house is good to 110. I don't want to check it out, though.
It is me too, but you know, I don't have that much. But you know, up here, all the electric is up on wires and everything else, and there's you know, it's just like.
Yep. Yeah, you're liable to lose a lot of poles and everything else.
Yeah, and I have a great big huge generator that I can pull out and start up and plug it directly into the house and throw the main off, and but you know, the thing is you don't use it very often. And it's got its own little battery. It's supposed to be electric start because it's like trying to start a Volkswagen with a hand starter. And so invariably, whenever that happens, it's like the battery's dead. It isn't primed. It isn't ready to go, and so the frustration level goes up.
Let me try something here. I don't think it'll work, but it's worth a shot.
Yeah, see, you haven't had a big change, Rick, in anything with all of us being on here.
No, it's working pretty good. I'm surprised.
Google Hangouts is taking care of the load.
Yeah, I believe that's how, you're right, Paul. That's how it works. All this stuff and all the streaming is done in and out of Google servers, and you still only have the same one connection to that. So you could have 15 people in here, and it wouldn't make any difference on your end.
Yeah, but when they want to add green screen and all that stuff, and they go OBS and all those other programs, then you start being in control of some of that coming in and going out, and that's when you got to really have the bandwidth, right? Right, Mitch?
No, I don't think so. If whatever is happening on Hangouts is basically just viewed as one stream, and everything else is handled. Now, what I was doing yesterday, using my OBS as the source for Hangouts, was all my computer doing all the work, but it didn't affect what Hangouts was doing at all.
Okay.
Wouldn't have made any difference.
Well, your stream was crystal clear and really nice last night.
Thank you. Yeah, it worked good. I watched, I always watch a little of the reruns just from the technical side to see how it was coming out.
I do too.
Yeah.
You've got to do your homework and your follow-up.
That's true. I wasn't going to sit and watch the whole it was 4 hours and 5 minutes. And
when you started out, Mitch, you were just going to go on there for a little bit.
Well, that's how they all started out. That 5-hour thing with Spike started out as just let me get on and test this. And the thing is, I could do a private stream, but I needed somebody else on with me to see if the Hangouts are switching. And I figured it's a busy night. Everybody else has got a Hangout going. Nobody will bother with me. And boom, all of a sudden.
Mitch,
when I first started this, I tried to do a test, and I put test, and I had 7 jumpers within 30 seconds.
It's crazy. And that happened to Mark at Centroid Aerial Images the other day. He actually put in his titled the stream, "Just testing, nothing to see here." And he went on, and I saw it, and I went on. Next thing you know, he had 10, 12 people in there.
Mitch, on my first live stream was only supposed to be a 10-minute test. I ended up going for 5 hours and 48 minutes on my first live stream, and that was on my own without a toilet break.
Hey, Trev, I see that Roger is in the chat, so he's here and he's listening. And Roger, this is something I wanted to tell you, and if I couldn't do it here, I was going to come onto your stream and tell you. But I figured out why we were having that problem with Hangouts yesterday. And I explained it already, but I don't know if you were here. I think you were off. Basically, that string of thumbnails at the bottom that have everybody's face on them, If you click one of them, then a white border shows up around it, and that locks that to the stream. In other words, if you decide that you don't want anybody to see everybody else in the stream and you just want them to see you, you click that, you click your picture down in the bottom, and that's going to be the only thing that's sent out. Now what happens is I couldn't figure out how to stop that, and what I was doing was just clicking back and forth from one picture to the other, and like we were doing yesterday, we ended up having to switch manually instead. But if you just click on the box with the border a second time, it shuts the border off and immediately goes back to switching automatically by the sound. It's as simple as that. I couldn't find it last night. Any questions?
Roger says live streaming is addicting.
Yes, it is, Roger.
You think, Paul? And not only is it addicting, but it's addicting to jump in on other guys' live streams. It's a bunch of old guys like us with no lives. You know, we got nothing to do. So this is, you know, I'm a single guy, got no wife, nothing, and this nothing in common with my neighbors. And this is a community now. I found a community.
But can you remember in the 70s and the 80s, and when we had the amateur band radios? Here in Australia, when we were only young, even we used to have our CBs and our VHFs and all sorts of different band radios. And it was amateur style, and it was like really gargling and drifting out in the air, and it was terrible quality. But we still listened for hours and hours.
Yeah, talk to the truck drivers going by on the highway.
Yeah. But I had friends that were like over 2,000 k's away, and we'd beam off the towers and talk to one another late at night.
Well, the other thing, too, is if we look back, we're all at an age and a stage in our life, we can see how technology has leaps and bounds jump forward.
Oh.
I remember my first mobile telephone was actually a mobile telephone. It was mounted in my van. And it had a handset. You'd unclick, and you clicked in the handle, and it said, and it would be here. It was a lady come out and say marine operator, and you'd give her your numbers and tell her the number you wanted her to call, and it was like making a collect call on the old time telephone. And then when you were done, you clicked it again, and she says hanging up, and she'd hang up the line. And then when they came out that you could make the call yourself, oh my gosh, you know, that was unbelievable. And it went from there to remember the big bag phones and the big brick phones from Motorola. I had one of those big brick phones.
Yeah, I had one from Motorola.
And then when they came out with the flip phone, oh my gosh.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, I grew up with all that stuff. Back in the day before cell phones, I actually had a car phone, and it had a 30-pound box in the trunk and an antenna on the hood on the trunk deck, and then a big cable ran through up to this big phone to set. Because it had a rotary dial on it, and there was 4 channels, and that was it. And you could, when you pushed the channel, you had to see if nobody else was using it before you made a phone call. So when I went on long road trips, I just sat and listened in on everybody's phone calls, and it was more entertaining than the radio.
Like a party line.
Way back, Mitch, but way back, you would have been messaging with drums at one time, wouldn't you?
You know that. You know, according to Spike, I'm 100 years old.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, every morning I kind of feel that way.
We all do. We all do. I you know, if I didn't smoke cigars, if I didn't enjoy that morning cigar so much, I probably wouldn't walk as much as I do. But my morning walk is more of an excuse to get out there and smoke a cigar than it is to actually get some exercise.
Yep, but it's just amazing, and I just hope that the young folks today realize the difference and changes that is happening, and don't just take it for granted, you know.
Yeah. But I had a debate with my nephews, and I was telling them back in the day when I had my building business that sometimes they had to get to me. Any of my clients had to get to me at say 5 in the evening for the space of an hour, and that's the only time they could get me. because there was no other means of contacting me. And I said, we survived. We still were able to keep down a job and be able to get enough clientele. And they don't understand it.
And kids back when I was growing up, we entertained ourselves. We didn't spend hours and hours in front of electronic devices.
No, we had a TV. It had 3 channels on it, and you know the 3 major networks: ABC, NBC, CBS, and that was it. And then you had to go outside and play. You know, you went outside and you played with the kids, and your parents didn't worry about you. They sent you out and didn't give you something at home.
Climbing trees and collecting eggs out of birds' nests.
And Manic, here's something maybe you might consider doing.
What's that?
Would be to have a live stream poker game with people from all over the world who, when it's your turn to bet or get a card, it only shows you. And then you could play poker or whatever kind of game you wanted to play long distance with your friends. It'd be like sitting around a poker table enjoying the evening, you know?
I've got that many stuff up my sleeve. I was only talking about that 3 weeks ago at my last poker game. They said they wanted me, they were encouraging me. They said to me, Trevor, get your own channel with the poker and play it like Manic, because I have this absolute unreal way of playing poker. No one can play against me because I have no fear. I don't have a poker face. No one can tell. If I'm going to go all in, I've already made my decision. And they said they can't handle that because it just changes the whole method of playing poker. And that's how I win.
Well, you know, you could have you could even have the virtual bar where they have pool tables set up, and you go invite somebody to go over and have a game of pool and do it from all over the world. See, all this electrical stuff, all my new gear, I got from the winnings of poker. Yeah. All the desks and everything that I got for freebies from people that want to get rid of their computer desk. So a lot of my other stuff is all secondhand. But all my technical stuff that I've upgraded is all from winning the poker. I won $1,000 one night on my poker games, and I bought my big screen TV.
Hey guys, I know Spike has Scully, and I just don't have the heart to duplicate Spike. So
I got my dead cat.
What do you got, Rick?
Dead cat.
Who do you think that is? I don't know. I
can't see you, Rick.
I think I'm on the
You can't see
now.
it?
Yeah. No, you gotta talk, Rick, so we can see you.
Well, actually, I turned on my box. You should be seeing nothing but me. Is it not working?
There you go.
No, it's still switching back and forth here. Did you click? You got a white border? Well, who originated this stream? You did, right?
Yes.
Well, then it should work. If you click around your box, it should stick on you.
Well, it's on white, and it's stuck on me on this end. It's not changing on this end when anybody talks. No. But at any rate, that's Trumpy. So
well, there
Trumpy
you go.
Hold it up there again. I can't say. What is it? Oh, look at that. Hey, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, you printed that, right?
Yes, indeedy.
Oh man, you guys are going to get me into this 3D printing now. You're going to get me into FPV. You're going to get me in 3D printing. You're going to get me in trouble.
Trevor, you're 3D printing too, aren't you?
I'm not yet. I'm going to, because I need to 3D print these things. This is only just made of timber, right? This is only wooden. I've had to brace that in case it breaks. But these are things that I need to make in plastic in 3D. What they are is they're molds for leather.
Oh, okay.
So when you do the 2 pieces of leather, here's a piece here. You put it in between the bolts, and you wet it, and you put it over the top as a press. And then what happens is it turns this into a knife when I do my leather work.
Sure.
Can you see?
Yep.
And that makes a hard case then for your pocket knife. And that's the first one I made. So
Now,
then you put your
you could use almost, you remember the old time presses they used to have for pressing books together where you cranked it down from the top and the plates came together? Couldn't you stamp leather with something like that too?
You could, and they do have rollers too. They have rollers where you know, like the old ink rollers to print paper or the news, right? Well, they have these. To show you, I'm going to make one up because I'm a bit of an inventor. It's in my eyes. Where is it? Here it is. I want to make up this roller because I'm good on a lathe and everything. Because I used to do wood turning and lathe metalworking and all the rest of it. And what I want to do is make something up, like crank it with a press. And what you do is you put these stamps in there, the letters. Can you see that?
Yep.
So they're just letters, but you can get other stamps where you've got Celtic designs.
Right.
Stuff like that. And what you do is then you wet your leather in, and this is all scrap leather, but it's perfect for it because it's all wrinkly, but you're going to mould it anyway.
Right.
So then you can run it through the press, the roller press.
Yep.
And you can actually do a design on it. So the beauty of that, you can do like your belts, and you can run your belts with a design. Like you can have elks and mountains, and you can, what you do is you put each plate in, roll it through, and make a hole like a cinema, like you know, your big wide screen. What do they call them?
Yep.
What's the word? I've got it on my camera. The cinematic scope, where it's one big long photo. Well, it'll be one big long press, and so you can run your belts through it. But in the meantime, I've got to use these chisels, which are most of them about this size. You see, this is a large chisel. Some of them are real pointy. That I have, I've got them all over the place. Like some of them are only the size of that.
What about Trevor? Trevor, what about a commercial manufacturing press? You know, where it's got the bar in the bottom and the thing comes down and goes kaboom, kaboom, kaboom.
Yes, that too. It's all sorts of ways. See, well, I had an old tractor that was in my father's tip, and I pulled it out the tip and built all the hydraulics on it and turned it into a post hole digger. It used to vibrate like crazy and rock and roll and everything. And the funny thing was, I do spend days and days putting my fence posts in when I was on the farm. And I'd get up at crack of dawn and I'd have a dream just before I was about to go fencing. And the dream consisted of me, my neighbour, lining up the fence, and there was even a priest blessing the fence. Now, how bad is that? How sad is that?
No, that's part of who you are, Trevor. There's nothing to apologize. All of us do things like that, Rick and Mitch. I'm sure we have visions, and your personality is that you're passionate enough about your visions that you're going to make it happen. The rest of us just say, "Gee, that would be great if," you know.
That's the problem. That's my problem. That's why I've had so many diverse jobs, is because when I have an idea and an invention, I've got to run with it, and I just got to do it until it's done, and then I'll move on the next one.
Yep. Good for you.
Guys, we're getting close to CDH time, so we're going to have to end shortly. I have one last question for Paul. Have you ever had a dream where you were eating brownies and you woke up and found your pillow missing?
No, but I have sleepwalk brownie eating.
That's not good. Anyway, guys, thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate everybody that came in. Mel, thank you for coming by. Appreciate all your input. Anyway, see you guys. You're heading over to the hub.
Bye, my friends.
Take care. God bless.
Go to Canadian Drone Hub. We'll see you there.
We'll see you over there.
God bless each and every one of you. So take care. We'll see you around. StarCop out.
Like before you leave.
Well, we're